Are we live?
Uh, it looks like it. Yes, it looks like we're live. Greetings! Happy
You're
Friday
cutting
night,
out.
and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Weaponized Autism. Ooh, oh wait. Gotta... Okay, can you see it okay?
Yeah, you were just cutting in and out.
Alright,
All right. Return of Autism.
that's right. Oh. Oh, and I have a new background now. Permanent background. I have it set up to where it's the Ed, Edd n Eddy. It's the cul-de-sac from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Yeah, you're still cutting in and out. Hang on. Hello?
Yeah, I am here. Can you hear me?
I'm getting sick of Discord.
Hmm. Can you hear me or not?
You keep cutting in and out. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Okay, I don't know if it's an issue on your end or my end.
All right. I think it's the Discord issue on your end.
Okay, because you're coming in just fine. I can hear you crystal clear.
You know, you keep cutting in. I'm cutting in and out on my end, and I don't know if all of it's coming through.
Okay, well, let me jump out and try to come back in. The Microsoft tech support method.
Okay.
Oh. Better?
Hey, hey, hey.
Alright, well, good. Alright, with that mess out of the way, sorry about that, folks. That delayed introduction.
You're still cutting it in. Oh, what the fuck, Discord?
Is it an issue with... Okay.
Hang on. I'm gonna update the app.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Yeah, this is the very professional setup we have, folks. Well, while he's doing that, I hope everybody enjoyed the Megan is Missing video. It's definitely one of those movies where it's a lot more fun to hear other people talk about it than it is to actually watch. Yeah, hold on, folks. Okay, I'm just making sure that the audio is coming in okay for the stream. because Kason's been having issues with Discord, I guess, with the mobile app. But I hope everybody enjoyed the Megan is Missing video. Sitting through it was physically painful. Thank God I only watched it. Thank God I watched it on Tubi, so I got to watch it for free, as opposed to as opposed to having to pay money to rent it on like Prime Video or something. So the only thing I lost was like 85 minutes of my time plus however long the ad breaks were. So probably more like 90, 95 minutes. I don't know, but if you watch the video all the way to the end, my next playthrough is going to be obscure for the PS2. I was browsing a ROM site recently, and I came across a Nightmare Before Christmas game on PS2, and now I'm not sure if I want to play that for Halloween or Christmas. I do have an idea of what my Halloween special is going to be. I thought about doing Silent Hill 2, but then I was like, do I really want to just do another playthrough for Silent Hill for Halloween? Or do I want to do another bottom of the bin? Because I'm starting to get back into that groove of writing and posting movie reviews. So I'm having a personal debate over whether or not I want to just do another playthrough for Halloween, or if I want to review something like, I don't know, Halloween 3 or something along those lines. Oop. Oh, I thought Kason was calling me back. Updating app, hope it works. Google Play being a POS right now. Okay, well, until then, we got some stuff to get into tonight. And before we start with the... Oop, that don't look right. That don't look at all like how I want it. Ugh. Hold on, folks. Let me adjust the... Let me adjust that real quick. So, if you've been following me for a while, you might know that I am a fan of Beavis and Butthead. One of my favorites, and I am also a fan of King of the Hill. One of my favorite stories to come out of the production of King of the Hill was Mike Judge's story on how he got the voice for Boomhauer. It was in the form of a voicemail that somehow found its way. Oh, hold up. Am I coming through clearer now?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Discord. Hello?
So it's the inverse of what we were doing last week. Because last week, you were coming in pretty choppy.
You're still... I don't know what the fuck this app is doing, bro. It's really starting to piss me off. Because I'm not hearing... I'm only hearing like every like 2 or 3 words.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I really honestly don't.
Here, let's try this.
Anyways, how's everybody else's October going? Pretty good? Me, I've got inventory coming up at my day job, so I gotta be at work at 5 in the morning on Tuesday.
Hello?
Yeah?
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Damn it, it's the same on PlayStation.
Yeah, but if you do it on PlayStation, you won't be able to see the stream.
Well, the audio feature is not fucking.
So yeah, I gotta be at work at 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, so that's gonna be fun.
No, it's still being a cock.
Well, like I said, it's like the reverse of last week.
I've been looking forward to this all week, and Discord is just being a prude.
Okay. Have you tried resetting your telephone, sir? That made him kick out of the call.
Um, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna restart my phone, see if that does anything.
Okay. And what should I do in the meantime? Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I gotta be at work at 5 o'clock in the frickin' morning on Tuesday. Just in time for the holiday season rush. Which I think that's why my day job scheduled uh inventory like in the week before how the week leading up to Halloween. Because now we've got that trifecta of just shopping nightmares that is Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So, really not looking forward to another month's worth of hearing all I want for Christmas is you over and over and over and over again. Sorry, folks, I just ate before I started this, because I always eat before my streams. Usually, because these things go on for like 3.5, 4 hours. Anyways, in the while we're waiting for Kason's phone to hopefully get itself in order, like I said earlier, my next playthrough is going to be obscure for the PS2, which is Resident Evil meets The Faculty. Resident Evil set in a high school, so that'll be. I haven't played the first one, but I have played the second one, and I do still have my PS2 copy of the second one. How long does it take to reset a phone? Damn. Anyways, after that, I'm trying to figure out what I will do next, because I did consider playing Silent Hill 2 for my Halloween special. But then I thought, no, maybe I should play it in January when it gets closer to the release of Return to Silent Hill, the new Silent Hill movie, with the original director, the guy who directed the first one back in '06. The good Silent Hill movie, not Silent Hill Revelations, which was basically, hey, let's take Silent Hill and just turn it into a Resident Evil movie with Pyramid Head. Yeah, that'll work out real well. Except that it didn't, because like nobody went to go see that movie. And if I am going to do a bottom of the bin special for Halloween, I'm debating whether or not I want to do it as a full video or as a stream. Although, if we're running into more technical issues like this, like, forget about it. Okay, Kason. Now I'm just here all by myself, and sorry, folks, dropped my phone. So yeah, I'm just here all by myself, and talking to myself. That's chaos theory, right there. Isn't it funny how every time he's like really early for one of these, something goes haywire? Like the last time he was really early for this, he called me like right the second that I started the stream, and all we got was a black screen. This one, he calls me the second the stream starts, and for some reason, he's not hearing jack shit coming from my end. Isn't that just weird? Weird. So, oh, I gotta tell you guys a little funny story. So, I open up my Word document that has my Wattpad novella on it earlier this afternoon because I want to try working on a new chapter, only to discover that apparently there are at least 5 or 6 chapters that I thought were saved to the document that apparently didn't get saved to the document, which is weird because I had those spread out because I wrote those over the course of several weeks. So logically, those chapters should have been already saved. So now, can you hear me now?
Still cutting in and out.
Well, I wonder. Because it's showing fine on my end.
So I'm coming through fine, but you're not. Hang on.
Alright, What about now? Nope. Something's fucked up here. And I don't know what it is. And now it's starting to bother me because we're now 20 minutes in the stream and we haven't done anything yet. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So.
Sorry, folks. Totally professional setup here at Weaponized Autism.
Yeah. if another 10 minutes goes by, and we're still having this issue, it's just going to be a solo one.
Okay, I almost heard a full sentence out of you.
I said if another 10 minutes goes by and we're still having this issue, I'm just going to have to fly solo. I'm going to type this out in the chat for him.
Seriously, Discord? Seriously?
Because we got shit to get to. And this is getting extremely ridiculous. I know you're trying. I know you're trying, Case, and I know. I don't know what the issue is either. It's getting really ridiculous. There is legitimately no excuse for this. I don't know what is going on. So, I apologize, folks. But, yeah, for whatever baffling reason, Discord picked tonight, of all nights, to just not function on one person's end. Which makes less than 0 sense at all. I can hear him just fine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. This is just ridiculous. I don't know why the fuck it's doing this for me.
Okay. Well, if you have to back out, you have to back out. And then I'll just have to read your stuff off the chat.
Huh?
Okay. If you have to back out, and I have to read your use off the chat, then so be it.
Yeah, you'll have to type it because I'm not catching all of it. I'm really sorry.
Because this is weapons grade thermonuclear bullshit. I wonder if Discord had an update that just rendered it completely useless, kind of like what happened to YouTube either yesterday or 2 days ago. Try to pop in the call later, see if Discord sorts itself out. Okay. Okay, so, as I was saying, for those of you who may not be familiar with this beautiful, beautiful story, when Mike Judge was over at MTV, he was doing Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, screw Discord. MTV would get a lot of angry calls from people who didn't realize Beavis and Butthead was not a kid's show. But somehow one of those calls found its way over to Mike Judge's voicemail, and without this voicemail, we would not have the voice of Boomhauer. So, prepare yourselves for some pure magic. I actually don't know if this is the actual voicemail or not, but I'd like to think it is because it's just magical.
I've been calling y'all for better than a month, growling about y'all. Every time Looney Tunes come on, y'all put Porky's butthole on. I figured last night, and the second cartoon come on, it was Porky's freaking old butthole. I said, surely y'all ain't gonna put the last two on Porky's freaking butthole. Now y'all gonna die, y'all.
And for context, and I already told Kason about this, it was either yesterday or a couple days ago, but this guy thought the name of Beavis and Butthead, he thought Beavis and Butthead was called Porky's Butthole. Where he got that from will forever remain a mystery.
The last two on Porky's freaking butthole. Now y'all gonna die if y'all don't put Porky's freaking butthole on the last daggone cartoon like y'all did this morning. I've seen the daggone crap 500,000 times. I don't see what the heck y'all think these daggone youngins are gonna sit there and watch Porky's daggone butthole time after time after time after time and don't ever get tired of it like. And yes, y'all, I got up at 7:30 in the morning and watched all day, and I don't think y'all was right on time with the own show all daggum day. I went to bed last night wanting to get one right, but y'all was wrong, still wrong. I don't say. I guess I'm going to call the FCC about shutting y'all butt down. Y'all, no. Just don't. Y'all think the old 3-year-old kid's gonna buy daggone armload of stuff, cause y'all put them daggone commercials on, dropping them crap on and on and on. It don't make crap today. If you was 5 minutes late this time, you're gonna be 5 minutes late next time, cause you're gonna drop them freaking commercials on till y'all get ready to quit, y'all. For some reason y'all think you got a job 8 or 10 minutes commercial on every daggone time. Y'all get through. Every time the show goes off, something, I don't know.
And is
God dang. Hey, what that goddamn old piece of crap, man. I'm wondering why he was so cranky about not getting to see his Looney Tunes, but he's calling up a number for MTV. Last I checked, Looney Tunes never ran on MTV. That would have been over on Cartoon Network. Beavis and Butthead never ran on Cartoon Network. So it's like, what? I still get nobody knows. Like, I don't think, Kason, I don't think even God knows where he got that from. God dang old Porky's butthole, man. Anyways. So, moving on from that weirdness, we have a new trailer for an upcoming indie game called Blackwood. It looks like a combination of John Wick and Max Payne. Now, I love me some John Wick, and I love me some Max Payne. So, let's get into it.
Shit. Have to get in my car.
I should also mention we're looking at alpha footage, so as far as I know, this game isn't scheduled to release until I just noticed the window is actually off a little bit. So let me fix that. All right. But so who knows if it'll even end up looking like this in the final build. There we go. So I think this is I'm not sure if this is. I'm leaning towards it being in Unreal Engine 5 because that seems to be what everybody is using right now.
Keep your head down. Too much heat. Gotta get in my car. Starting to like more of these losers. Need to get in my car. You're not worth the blood.
So, we've got black suits. We've got a dark city. We've got cover-based shooting mixed with run and gun, mixed with John Wick takedowns, mixed with Max Payne shoot dodging. I think it might be time to upgrade my rig. Oh, and with some hand-to-hand bits, and hopefully they function a lot better than the fist fighting in the Quiet Man.
You're fucked now. Today. That's got you fixed.
Lines went into the gap in letter. That's rolling all the way to the wall.
Yet still no John Wick skin for COD. No doubt, man. Well, in fairness, Epic Games probably has a license on that. Kind of like how Bam Margera couldn't be in the Jackass game because Activision had a license on his likeness for the Tony Hawk games.
He's around first, digging for second. Here's the throw. Save!
Summer 2026 wish list on Steam.
This man just received
Alrighty. So now we go from that. Honestly, looks like it could have a lot of. It honestly looks like it has potential. So now we go from that to some dipshit ruining his life. I know another dipshit does something stupid that ends up ruining their life for years to come. In other breaking news, water wet.
This man just received 5 years in prison for burning down this YouTuber's house. And the entire situation just has this like really weird story behind it because it's unclear who hired this man and why he did this to begin with.
Hired muscle who firebombed the YouTuber Jordan Shanks' Bondi home in 2022 has been handed 5 years in prison. The judge ruled the arson was a semi-professional attack on a journalist.
So apparently trying to burn down a journalist's house in Australia gets you about the same punishment as stealing a car here in the States. Obviously, that's not 100% accurate, but when I heard about this case, I was shocked to hear the sentencing. 5 years? That sounds incredibly low for burning down someone's house. Because the other day, the man who torched the home of the Australian YouTuber, Friendly Jordies, was finally sentenced. And while he stood there on video apologizing from the bottom of his heart, the whole thing just kind of left way more questions than answers. Like, who paid for it? And why did he do this?
And who the hell is Friendly Jordies? Why is it every time this crap happens, it's either somebody that I've already heard of because they're a piece of crap, or it's somebody who I've never heard of and I just end up not liking them anyway.
So let's start with the update because we have Tufi Jr. Tuis Alulua, not the easiest name to pronounce. Aulua. Tufi Jr. Tuis Alua.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, we have the dude who torched the guy's home. And he, I guess, is the potential muscle for hire. And he's been sentenced to 5 years in prison for his role in the 2022 arson attack on the home of the YouTuber Jordan Shanks, better known as Friendly Jordies. During the hearing, Tufi logged in via video from Norwa prison and gave the usual, "Hey, I've turned around my life" speech, essentially saying he was over this past life of crime. And honestly, those are bold words from a man who, according to prosecutors, stole a Mercedes, cloned the plates, scoped out a house, then poured petrol in 3 separate spots before setting it ablaze. The fire then destroyed the front veranda and door, damaging the bedroom, hallway, and even spread smoke into the neighbor's home. Shanks wasn't there, but someone easily could have been. And the court admitted they still don't know the motive. Like, there's no evidence the pyromaniac over here knew who Shanks even was. Like, he wasn't in any videos, he'd never been mentioned, and he had no personal beef with them, which raises the obvious question, why does a complete stranger go full-on Ocean's 11 on a YouTuber's house? And to get into that side of the story, it's important to know a little bit about who Friendly Jordies is. Friendly Jordies is the online alias of Jordan Shanks, a political commentator, comedian, and investigative YouTuber. And this has landed him a loyal fan base and apparently a long list of enemies. According to Shanks, some of these enemies are in high places. Over the past few years, Shanks has repeatedly clashed with powerful figures, including former South Wales Deputy Premier John Barilaro, who sued him for defamation over videos. Shanks eventually settled the case with an apology, but he never stopped his content. And I'll mention both sides of this really quickly, just so you guys get the picture. His critics basically say that he goes too far because he makes fun of politicians' personal lives and attacks their lawyers during an ongoing court case. His supporters, on the other hand,
Yeah, that's probably something you should do. Like, unless they get caught doing something really atrocious. You know, maybe, but personally, I'd keep the attacks to strictly over policy, but that's just me.
and see him as one of the few independent voices willing to actually say what mainstream media won't. So, full picture, he's a controversial political commentary YouTuber who essentially had his house burned down. And it was obvious from the start of this thing 4 years ago that it was a hit. I mean, the neighbor's house got set on fire first, and this shows that someone was really trying to get to his place and then came back to make sure they got it done. And according to Friendly Jordies himself, part of the reason this case feels so unfinished is because of who isn't being questioned and why. In his view, the problem isn't about like one guy and one gas can, it's about a system that, in his words, seems more interested in silencing critics than holding powerful people accountable. Not that he's trying to dismiss the guy who set his house on fire, though.
This is not at all to excuse...
In other words, government's gonna government.
Tufi Jr., he tried to kill someone. He burnt down a house with no regard for not only the other potential occupants, but neighbours, which were the elderly, and for all he knew, could have been children. Even worse, because his motives are murky and seemingly transactional, he seems to have just been waved away with he was just the hired muscle. He tried to kill people. He burnt down a house. Things are a little bit scary in New South Wales, if you ask me.
But as he puts it, he does have a lot of potential enemies, so it really becomes a question of who was trying to end his life.
I think the reason it took longer is because at some point they said, quote, you ready for this? Do you have any enemies? To which I said, how long you got?
Bruh is... I mean, sometimes that's the only word you can really use.
Meanwhile, since that original clip 4 years ago, he's been pointing out that the same police who can't seem to figure out who ordered a firebombing have no problem going after him. They arrested his employee, Christo, without a case. And they even tried to charge him with contempt for just making jokes about them in videos. And even filed a suppression order that was apparently so badly written, it kept calling his channel Friendly Geordie's Chanel.
In the Western world, you'd be hard-pressed to find a larger, more politically compromised police force than the New South Wales Police. Headed by a man who takes out the big...
I mean, that's a tall order considering Chicago exists.
For Scott Morrison, both metaphorically and literally. Not only that, it seems New South Wales Police Minister David Elliott supposedly has so much control over Commissioner Mick Fuller, he has gotten away with numerous clear-cut crimes that would land any normal people in jail. New South Wales Police Minister David Elliott has done everything from using illegal machine guns to impersonating cops, but apparently that behaviour doesn't even warrant a charge from the police force run by Scott Morrison's bin man.
And he made that commentary video like 3 years ago, and he still doesn't think the police have found the right people behind this attack. He doesn't really buy the random arsonist narrative either because, again, there's no connection to the guy who just caught 5 years for this and Shanks. So, something's not adding up, that's for sure. I guess the whole thing was just treated like a case of a hired muscle gone rogue. Like, again, it just doesn't add up. And just months before the attack, Shanks has been uploading videos mentioning the Alameddine Crime Network, one of Australia's most notorious gangs. And when the ABC reported on the conviction, they made a point to say that he had mentioned the Alameddines 2 months before the fire. That's it, just mentioned.
There were some unsurprisingly cowardly and oblique hints of an answer in the ABC article about the conviction, an article which refers to me as an internet personality. Mr. Shanks, who uses the moniker Friendly Geordies online, had mentioned the Alameddine Crime Network in a video 2 months before his home was set alight. Just mention the Alameddines. A lot of people mention the Alameddines, Anton. The Alameddines.
Math ain't math, and you could say that again. That actually took the words right out of my mouth.
Crime Network might be one of the most prolific gangs in this nation's history. They're nightly news. Some people bank their entire journalistic careers on talking about the Alameddines. They don't get their houses burnt down.
The judge himself called it a professional attack on a journalist, but apparently we're just supposed to pretend that it was just some bored guy with a can of gas. The point is, there is not an official answer here, not a full one at least. So what we do know is the arsonist, he tried to end his life. He burned down a home that could have easily had people sleeping inside, and he endangered neighbors. And for that, he got 5 years. So, again, sounds pretty low to me, but I guess to understand why this case hits so hard, you need the context, and I wouldn't really be covering this case fully if I didn't mention back in 2020, Shanks posted a series of videos calling out then Deputy Premier John Barilaro. Barilaro responded with a massive defamation suit against both Shanks and Google. Shanks eventually settled, apologized, and edited the videos, but Google, who refused to take them down, was found liable as a publisher and faced its own trial. And that's where things got weird, because during the case, the judge said that it was completely dumbfounded that YouTube allowed additional videos attacking Barilaro's lawyers to stay online. I would argue and say that that's because YouTube is kind of like a town square, not actually a publisher here. But one even called his solicitor a dumb effer. Another accused them of submitting false declarations, and the judge called it a calculated attempt to intimidate, and considered referring Shanks and Google for contempt of court. Side note though,
calculated... What was that?
Calculated attempt to intimidate.
Calculated attempt to intimidate, like sending some rando to burn a man's house down because he's openly calling your police force crooked, or the higher-ups in your police force crooked as hell. I mean, I'd call that, if not attempted murder, then it is definitely an attempt to intimidate.
And considered referring Shanks and Google for contempt of court. Side note though, shout out Google and YouTube here for not removing a video because the government pressured them to do so. But in short, this trial was not...
Which is more than you can say for all the videos of people questioning the 2020 election results and the efficiency of the COVID vaccines. Because Google, Facebook, Twitter, everybody was hiding those videos and those posts at the direct behest of the Biden administration.
Just a spat, it was a full-blown war between a YouTuber and a political establishment. And then, in the middle of that war, his house was set on fire. And now we're here with one guy in jail, one guy's house is in ashes, and a laundry list of questions that I personally do not have the answer to. Because at the end of researching all this, I'm kind of sitting here with more questions than I have answers. And I guess after watching all of Shanks' videos about the quote-unquote terror police, I was kind of staring at the screen like, well, yeah, that's terrifying. But from looking into all this and seeing how scary it all panned out, it really does seem like a little bit about power and intimidation. Who knows, though? Whether you like the guy or not, his house was set on fire probably because of his YouTube content, and nobody knows who was really behind this. So, again, that's pretty terrifying. And then on top of that, the dude who tried to end the life of a journalist, he'll be out before the decade's over? Sounds a bit odd to me. And then, obviously, the people who ordered it, I guess they're just out free. So, that's fascinating.
Don't you guys hate it when you're trying?
Just, yeah, he'll get a firm pat on that ass when he gets out. And so we now move from Atozi to, I believe this is the first time I featured Leon Lush on the channel. It's every day. It's every day, bro. Ugh. Okay, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit after I said that. So, I believe this is the first time I have featured Leon Lush on the channel. I have not watched this video yet. The title of the video told me enough, all I needed to know, and that is that this was definitely going to be something I needed to save for the stream. Reality hit this man harder than a Looney Tunes anvil. Wait, was it this one? Or, because there was another one that I thought was a Leon Lush. Or, you know what may have happened? I may have saved it, and then the title of the video and the thumbnail got changed to something else. So let's just go into it.
Don't you guys hate it when you're trying to work out in your own gym and 4 cops show up and tase you because you're being a little bit too loud? Yeah, no, I don't actually know what that's like. I'm sure you don't either. But this guy we're about to watch definitely does.
What the f*** are you gonna do to me? You ain't gonna do shit.
Oh,
what the f*** are you doing rolling 4 deep? Shut the f*** up.
This will be my first watch, and I'm glad to have you here with me while I enjoy this seltzer water. Very boring. No tequila tonight. But we got a new one from Midwest Safety. Gym owner explodes after 36 noise complaint. That is a lot.
On September
That's a lot of noise complaints.
2023 in Joliet, Illinois, officers were dispatched to a
Well, there's your first problem, Joliet, Illinois.
gym for the 36th consecutive noise complaint. This time, they'd had enough.
Wait, actually documented 36 times?
36 consecutive noise complaints. Dude, how loud are you being in the gym for it to escalate that much?
Consecutive noise complaint.
It's a little aggressive, dude. If you're on, when you're on noise complaint number 5, maybe you should think about doing something. 10, we're getting a little aggressive. 36? Brother, what do you think's going to happen? How many fines has he paid already? Anyways.
This time, they'd had enough.
Yeah. I mean, that is loud.
Personally, I'd have had enough by complaint number 3.
As fuck, honestly.
I'm in the middle of a workout. Okay, we're getting noise. You're okay with that?
Dude, okay, first off, I gotta make sure that... I probably should have checked to see if there was copyrighted music in there. Nope, no, it's not. I guess they did some audio gimmick to fuck with it, but... Secondly... Come on, man. The cop asked you to do a thing. Blatant belligerence is not the way to go. just because you own the property doesn't mean you get to do doesn't mean you get to do what you want. There are certain laws and rules that you have to abide by. One of them is not being a disturbance.
You gotta do, man. You gotta try. ID what you doing? No. Not gonna give me ID. You're not welcome in here. Not gonna give me ID? Get the f*** out. You wanna do it like this? I wanna do it like this. Okay. I'm in the middle of a workout. Can I get another unit? He's not giving me identification.
Now, normally I would say this is a terrible way to initially respond to responding officers.
It is.
But it sounds like after 36 noise complaints, he's probably had some previous interactions, and he's had it up to here. Well, guess what? So have all the people that apparently live around your gym. Those type of people are relentless until either the noise goes away or something bad happens to you. You got to know that. So after 36 times, you think you can just ignore
your theme song? Could you recognize the song? Because I couldn't. It just sounded like noise to me.
or the officers, buddy. I'm sorry to tell you, it's not going to work out well for you. I imagine you're about to get a real FAFO moment.
Oh, yes.
I like to work out with loud music, too.
What you got going on? This dude?
I like things loud, but you're in the middle of a neighborhood, though, bro. I don't know, like, put some acoustic treatment in the gym or, like, listen with headphones, brother. I don't know what to tell you. 36 complaints, my God.
Pretty fly for a white guy by The Offspring. That actually also might explain why I didn't know, because I've never bothered to really listen to The Offspring.
I'm like, alright, you want to listen? You want to turn your music down? This big ass dude? Hell yeah. He pushed me out. He pushed you out the gym? Pretty much, he was like walking me out. And he's like, I'm not giving you shit. You got to complain?
With the whole squad here now.
By the way, anybody else watching, what is your personal theme song? Mine is Sad But True by Metallica.
Now I'm going issue. So I would let you want to talk to him. It's up to you. Push you out? Because, like,
Offspring still blasting.
Get sued for harassment. This is private property. You do not sit here in front of my motherfucking gym and cause fucking disturbance. No, you. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me today. No, yeah, you are. Yes, you are. You guys are sitting here fucking staring at my shit. These guys don't pay $50 a month, too. I don't give a fuck. I think she's a fucking... That person is known for fucking having mental disability. It is in court fucking
We're looking at a walking mental disability.
documented. That's right.
So you go
It's no, I already did. What the fuck are you gonna do to me?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that as good as it might feel to tell them off because the person may be calling all these noise complaints in has a mental disability, according to you, as good as it maybe feels to stand your ground in this instance, it's not going to work out. Like, you can't, it's not the cop's fault.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
You got to deal with the person, like, they have to respond to the calls 36 times. Now, granted, if you call a noise complaint in 36 times, yeah, you probably have a bit of a mental, you're fucked. But if you get 36 noise complaints on you and don't do anything to change, like, maybe you also are mentally unstable. What the fuck are you going to do to me, he says. Well, I have a feeling we're about to find out.
You ain't gonna do shit. What are you doing rolling 4 deep? Shut the fuck up.
All I was asking for your ID.
You ain't getting shit. If you're about to get fucking sued for harassment, you're disrupting my motherfucking...
You are disrupting it. You are causing the scene. If you give this officer your information...
You're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in here.
Listen, I'm as big of a gym rat and a meathead as you can get. You simply can't handle a situation like this, or it's going to go off the rails like it's about to. And we're going to see the results of this showdown between the police and Mr. Death Row Records. But first, let's talk about today's video sponsor, Fume. Sometimes we get stuck thinking about the destination when what we should be doing is focusing on the first step that will get us there. Fume Zero is one of those steps, a grab-and-go flavored air device that lays the foundation for healthier, less preposterous-looking habits without the cost of a reusable device. Fume Zero is not a vape, not a patch. There is no nicotine, no vapor, no batteries, just a plant-based flavor course that lasts 10-plus days and provide a healthier alternative when your restless little fingers need to start reaching for something. Ready to go right out of the package, it could not be simpler. You just draw through it. Delicious orange flavor. No charging, no weird cables, no gross sticky clouds hanging around. You can use it wherever, whenever the urge beckons. Now, I'm enjoying the orange flavor currently, but they've got 6 flavors, including raspberry and mango, that are also delicious. And at just $24.99, it's much more cost effective than whatever habit you're trying to replace. So join the over 500,000 people that have already made the switch to Fume and get the zero today at tryfume.com/products/fume.
Okay. Okay, guys, I am really sorry about that. I don't know what the hell just happened, but for whatever reason, my Wi-Fi just crashed. Hey, Kason, can you hear me now?
Hello?
I can hear you just fine.
No. It's still fucking doing it. Oh my fucking god.
So tonight's just a night of technical malfunctions.
This is getting ridiculous, Discord. Seriously. It was working just fine yesterday, but now it's not working on either PlayStation or Android. Like, what the fuck?
Live stream from hell. Yeah, this is a live stream from hell if I've ever had one. I'm going to retitle this whole thing Live Stream from Hell. Or the live stream where everything crashed. This is getting fucking ridiculous.
Huh?
I'm going to retitle this...
Are you calling from the phone or what?
I'm calling you from my PC.
Well, it's still cutting in and out. This is getting ridiculous.
Here, I'm gonna do this. All right. So, isn't that just beautiful? My Wi-Fi crashed for no fucking reason. Discord is not working properly. I just picked a bad night to stream, didn't I? I don't know what is going on. I don't know what the fucking deal is. But we're just gonna keep going. So anyway, lost my fucking train of thought. Oh yeah, taking on 4 cops at once. Yeah, that's really gonna work out well for you, guy.
Green lasers are out. Got him.
You're ripping my fucking shoulder.
Get off his back.
You're ripping my fucking shoulder.
I'm not
Brother.
I can't, dude. I hate when cops are trying to do their job and there's just always like one or two or more just dipshits off to the side, like, stop doing your job. You're hurting him. This is police brutality. It's like, fuck off, dude. You are not about to prevent another Rodney King.
I'm just in here trying to do some hammer curls, and the owner of my gym is getting fucking tased and jumped on by 4 cops. I don't think I'm paying enough for this gym subscription. This is worth more than $50 a month. This is fucking cinema. Then you got Donald Do-Gooder over here. Man, you're at the wrong gym. Would you get off his back already? I'm in the middle of my lunges, damn it. Maybe just turn the fucking radio down a little bit. I don't mean it from like a 27 to a 12 volume. You could avoid all this, but I love these ladies in the back here. They all kind of have the same stance. Absolutely tased. Tased his ass. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Step back.
Smart woman, honestly. I mean, she saw the Titanic going down, and she's over there to save him before he goes down with it. You know, just give him a life raft, get him out of there. No need to fucking get tased with him.
Oh, hold up. How about now?
Is it gonna work now?
I don't know.
Guess not.
You know, I wouldn't even sweat it at this point.
I'm going back to the YouTube chat.
See ya. Oh, so anyways. Yeah, isn't that just beautiful? He's over here homeboy is over there trying to be Joe Tough. And it's like, you got 4 cops here. What the fuck are you gonna do? Yeah, he's going down with the Titanic, and she saw the Titanic going down, and she kept him from going over the railing and bonking his head on the propeller. That's beautiful.
More backup.
You came in here. You have no right to be in this building.
I thought you were saying I was trying to be tough. Low and pissed at Discord. No. Oh no, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about. Oh, let me get to. Yeah, this dude over here on the left who's trying to tell the cops what's what, and it's like, dude, you see him on the floor getting tased, you're about to get it too.
Tase his ass. Uh-oh.
Step back.
Smart woman, honestly. I mean, she saw the Titanic going down, and she's over there to save him before he goes down with it. You know, just give him a life raft, get him out of there. No need to fucking get tased with him. More backup.
You came in here. You have no right to be in this building. No. In the meantime, down the block.
Are you kidding me? You see what he was doing? Are you serious? He was hitting us in the face too. So
Yeah, he got tased. It's over with. Enough.
I mean, it's crazy. So the guy.
I always love when cops use any amount of force beyond harsh words, and everybody just gets up in there, and everybody just turns into a Karen. It's like, did you guys really have to do that? Did you really have to tase him? Did you really have to knock him down with your nightsticks? Did you really have to shoot him? Fucking yes, Karen!
Guy's got a bloody lip, so he was clearly resisting, and I think I probably threw a few punches. So you went from, like, entrepreneur gym owner to felon in the course of 5 minutes because you like to play your music too loud. Now, as ridiculous as this call might be, I always like to take a moment to zoom out and think about the easiest way to live your life, right? A lot of these situations on body cams, it's like they escalate, and it's always people shooting themselves in the foot. Like, yeah, the cops are there, they got to respond to the call. You clearly have an issue with some neighbor, or maybe multiple neighbors aren't happy that you play music at night at your gym. You're going to have to figure that out, because I'll tell you the course of action you don't want to take is to then fight 4 cops, get tased, and now have a felony record. That's a worst case scenario from a noise complaint. That's like an infraction when you're in a college dorm. Like, oh yeah, I got written up for a noise complaint in my dorm room because we were playing music past fucking quiet hours. No, you now have felony resisting arrest and assault and battery on an officer because you couldn't handle your shit over a noise complaint. Granted, it was the 36 call. The history there. I understand your frustration.
I said it already, and I'm gonna say it again. They really, the leniency really should have just been taken off the. They should have just put him in cuffs after the third one, because it's like, dude, at that point you're just being belligerent.
But Jesus Christ, buddy, you got to turn the testosterone down a little bit here. Maybe reduce the dose a touch. I think the TRT's running a little bit hot, pal.
What the fuck tases in?
Okay, hang on.
Look what you guys just did on fucking Wednesday morning at 5 o'clock.
Oh, it's 5 a.m.? It's 5 a.m. Okay. That's good to know. Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. Still dark out? So it's not a nighttime noise complaint, it's a morning time noise complaint. Yeah, I mean, brother, if you're in a neighborhood and it's like a tightly packed residential area at that hour and you are just blasting the tits off of a high-powered stereo in your gym with thin glass walls, no acoustic insulation at all, I don't know, dude, just wear fucking headphones. I imagine if you waited until 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning to do that, maybe it wouldn't be an issue, but...
So this was just the natural conclusion of you being an asshole.
36 times, bro.
Alright, take your... Alright, stand up.
Wow.
I got a case. Put in mine. We'll get your stuff in a second.
Classic Crown Vic.
We're just gonna ask you for your ID, bro. That's it. We're gonna have to do all this.
Oh man, it's been fucking. I just had to go through court for all this shit again.
I get it, man, but you know, when I first got here, I was cool with you. I was just trying to talk to you, and right away you started screaming at me. Okay? I get it. I'm a gym head too. This is gonna ruin my workout too, man. Where's your wallet and stuff at?
I don't have a fucking wallet with me this morning.
Just try to fit in there real quick. Get your knee over to this bar right here. I know it's low.
Can you just leave this open just until I...
No, I can't, right?
I'm not gonna run, bro. I swear. Can you just open at least the window? I'm not gonna run. I swear to God.
Okay, what's your name, man?
Brandon.
You good? Yeah, I'm good. No, we got you some shoes, all right?
I don't have shoes. Yeah. Oh, those are mine.
Don't put your shoes on?
It's all good, dude. I don't need shoes.
We'll take...
Dude was raging so hard he forgot he had shoes.
In the station.
Tough, completely defeated, with good reason. I mean, he calmed down a little bit. You know, once you get tased and trampled by 4 cops, you'd probably have a minute to calm down. But he's thinking in his head, what, why? I understand his frustration. He's gone to court to litigate, clearly, this problem with whoever this adjacent neighboring person is. And unfortunately, it's that anger's been building up, I imagine, for several months, and he took it out on the cops, which those are not the people you need to take it out on. You need to get napalm and burn the person's house down that you're beefing with. That would have been the more reasonable thing to do. You just don't take it out on the cops. Come on, dude. What's wrong with you?
He was hitting him in the face. He was punching him and stuff. Yeah, what's he hitting him in his face?
Everyone's still on except YouTube for some reason. So I turned back on because he's in custody. Go ahead, take him down. I'll do tased. Probably. We tased. Okay. So
I just saw he wasn't going down, and there was too much of a struggle, so he was fighting.
Following this incident,
Yikes.
Brandon was charged with 2 counts of resisting or obstructing a peace officer and 1 count of obstructing identification. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Yo, that's actually crazy that resisting or obstructing, they didn't charge him with any assault and battery on a peace officer, which is, I mean, good for him. I imagine he cooperated after that, realized he fucked up. Great news.
Count of obstructing identification. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. Up next, the late-night lifter who brought vodka instead of water.
Yo, this is crazy. First of all, from Midwest Safety, didn't know we were in for a double feature.
I'm sorry, what?
In a court of law. Up next, the late-night lifter who brought vodka instead of water.
Yo, this is crazy. First of all, from Midwest Safety, didn't know we were in for a double feature matinee, boys. Gym bro culture, let's go. My dude, okay. First of all, what did you say?
Vodka instead of water.
If you are so desperately alcoholic that you need to smuggle vodka into the gym, just don't go to the gym, my boy. Just, you got other things you need to worry about when it comes to your health than lifting weights and doing cardio. In fact, like the gym, like I'm cool with like bringing a flask in, like you're going to a movie or you're like going somewhere cool with your girl or something. You want to sneak in a little. Hell yeah, dude, catch a buzz, have some fun. But if you're smuggling vodka into the gym, your bench press max is just the least of your worries, my guy. You got some other things to worry about. Let's take a peek.
How's it going? It's a guy who was drunk. I almost got into a fight with one of the members. The guy with the black shirt has the dreads up in the air, but he's clearly drunk. Walking in here with a vodka bottle in his hand. He don't want to leave. I tried to make him leave for like the last 30 minutes. And still there.
We'll go deal with it.
It's a crazy thing to do.
That's good, right? No, over here. My guy, they want you to leave.
I'm working out. I'm not going nowhere.
If you don't want to go anywhere,
I'm bench pressing.
Okay, lifting and drinking do not... You gotta do one or the other. You can't do both. Alcohol and weights don't mix. That's a great way to get yourself killed.
we're gonna. What's up?
I'm bench pressing.
You're what?
I'm bench pressing.
You're bench pressing. Okay.
On the Smith machine too, classic.
Pussy.
I'm just kidding. Nothing wrong with the Smith machine, guys. If you use the Smith machine, that's fine. But I prefer free weights. I mean, just like what some people are just the worst type of drunk. If you're getting drunk, like go have some fun, do something cool. The last place you should be going is to the gym to fuck with people. What a waste of a buzz, dude. Are you shitting me? And the cops get there, he's like, "No, I'm not leaving. I'm bench pressing." I mean, can you draw up a bigger clown than this dude right now?
I'm gonna give you one more option to leave.
Look at him go! What was that? What was that? Hold on.
I'm gonna give you one more option to leave.
Look at him go! What was that?
That wasn't even half a rep. That wasn't even, like, your arm's barely bent. Wait. Here's the thing, I'm not much of a weightlifter. When I go to the gym, it's mainly for cardio. Walking 2 miles and then swimming for like 30, 45 minutes. Dude. 0. As Elch Intensity said, 0. That's not even half a rep. That's not even a quarter of a rep.
What was that? Hold on. What are those fucking... That's not even a quarter rep. It's like a wrist hinge. You would bench like that.
I don't know nobody in this gym. I don't know nobody in this gym.
All right.
Why take my hand? Give it to my hand.
Send me another unit. This guy doesn't want to leave.
Right now, that's cool. Stop touching my hand. I didn't do nothing. You're putting it in front of me. You are white. I'm not.
What's up? Okay. Can you hear me one more time?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Ding dong. Ding frickin' dong. Ding, ding, ding-a-ling.
Hello?
Dude, I can frickin' hear you. Guy, I can hear you. Mute your mic and unmute. Okay. How about now? Yay, nay? Holy shit. Good God Almighty, dude.
Suck my after coffee stir.
The hell, Discord?
It was working just fine last night, yet you're not coming through this thing.
Hey, maybe just don't show up as early next time. Maybe don't show up right at the start of the stream. It seems like shit crashes every time you do.
Well, whoops.
And I think that's just technology being an asshole. There's a reason I retitled this stream the one where everything crashes.
I think you misspelled. You misspelled cunt.
I said, no, I meant asshole. Anyways.
I literally have you on screen right now. I have the Discord call on top and the actual YouTube stream on bottom, and it's fucking pissing me off.
Hey, how do you think I feel? I'm the one running this shit.
Yeah, next time, let's just hope this shit doesn't happen again.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
But it doesn't happen if I hop in after you start the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, which makes no sense at all. Maybe next time give me 5 or 10 minutes into the stream before you come in. So, has anybody else
just try the PlayStation app again? If that doesn't work, you're gonna have to play solo probably.
Won't be the first time. Won't be the first time. So.
Hello, hello.
I can hear you.
Hello, hello. I can hear you.
Oh, great.
Oh, great.
Oh, great. Now there's a bad delay.
Alright, you know what? Fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this indeed. And by this, I mean the Discord call. Yeesh.
Yeah, I got things to do and around the apartment anyway, and I gotta let my dog out again, so... Yeah, I got things to do and around the apartment anyway. So... This fucking controller. This is more entertainment than the actual stream for some viewers, I'm sure.
Probably.
The actual stream for some viewers, I'm sure.
Oh, good God Almighty!
Sorry, you guys are looking like a expert for tonight. I have got to go.
Yeah. It's just. God, this fucking.
Hi, I'm Chris Raygun, and you're watching What the Fuck?
God dang. Ugh. Oh, God. Jesus, God Almighty. Hey, I don't know what's going on with you, Discord, but I'm just gonna say.
You dirty, stuck-up, sadistic, shit-eating, cock-sucking, butt-fucking, penis-smelling, crotch-grabbing, ball-licking, semen-drinking, dog-raping, Nazi-loving, child-touching, cow-humping, perverted, spineless, heartless, mindless, dickless, testicle-choking, urine-gargling, jerk-offing, horse-face, sheep-fondling, toilet-kissing, self-centered, feces-puking, dildo-shoving, snot-spitting, crap-gathering, big nose, monkey-slapping, bastard-screwing, bee-shitting, fart-knocking, sack-busting, splooge-tasting, bear-blowing, head-swallowing, bitch-snatching, hand-jobbing, donkey-caressing, mucus-spewing, anal-plugging, hole-grabbing, uncircumcised, sewer-sipping, whoremongering, piss-swimming, midget-munching, douchebag, hole-biting, carnivorous, mail-order prostitute, asshole!
So, that misfortune out of the way. Oh, God. A drunky McGee in the gym.
Here he comes.
In the immortal words of Bubsy, what could possibly go wrong?
Here he comes.
Wait, what was that? Boss?
Here he comes.
No, it's coming.
You need to back up.
You see what I'm doing?
You need to back up.
You see what I'm doing?
You need to back up.
You see what I'm doing? Ready?
With the suspect now in custody, officers soon interview victims to reveal the true scope of the suspect's actions.
All right, we try to be nice, man, but that's not how it's working today, is it?
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop
Hang on.
resisting. And you're black, bro. Like, what the f*** are you doing, bro?
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, you're black. You're not allowed to arrest another black man, bro. What are you, part of the white patriarchy, dude? Classic. Classic. Even something so aggressively not about race immediately he makes it about race, which is just impressive. I mean, you got to feel for someone like this because clearly, like, this guy is just looking for trouble. Like, he's looking for a reason to get arrested. He's looking for trouble. Clearly, his own life is in shambles. You have to be in a real dark, bad place to get drunk and go to a Planet Fitness and fuck with people to the point you're getting arrested. Like,
Well, your first problem was going to a Planet Fitness instead of instead of a real fucking gym.
Your life is in absolute shambles at that point. So I feel bad for him. I pity him, I guess, a little bit. But
I know.
Actions, consequences, behavior. Yeah, what are you going to do?
Fuck him.
He's whitewashed. There he goes.
Oh.
Are you serious, dude? You're
What
embarrassing
a
yourself.
fucking pussy. Bye-bye.
VIP service. Yeah, la ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
What?
Then you don't act like an adult.
Come again? What?
Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear?
La ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
What?
What goddamn language is that?
Got it.
Like an adult. This is what happens.
Have a seat.
I've done this before, bro. Please don't do this.
Clearly.
I've just been sad, bro. Like, please.
Don't
Why
care.
y'all, like, harassing me right now?
There you go.
You're super intoxicated, all right?
Yeah.
I'm not intoxicated.
Arresting you for being drunk and belligerent in public is not harassment. It's called helping you find out.
Okay, I haven't been drinking all day.
Really?
Get me out of these cars.
Alright, we're done asking. Get in the car, please.
Bro, he's like...
I'm super sad, bro. Why are you doing that? See, that. Yeah, man. Like I said, like he just type of dude in a bad place, just looking for a problem because he's. I I don't like it. You know, it doesn't bring me joy, but you gotta, if you can't act like a fucking idiot, jerk off and expect not to get...
I don't feel bad for him because his actions led to this happening. I don't. I genuinely don't feel bad for him. This is the consequences of your own actions. Either don't fuck around or get used to finding out.
Served up for it.
Here you are. Like, I didn't really don't apologize to me. Just let the man know, man, that you put his hands on you. I was like working out and stuff. I'm trying to get my reps and stuff. And then he comes around and he's trying to steal my rep. Let the damn man know what happened. You ain't gotta be all nervous. Just tell the man, you ain't in trouble, bro. Just
you're all good.
You're not. You just want to I don't know what happened. He was just kind of like trying to shove me and all that. Screaming.
Who else saw you get punched? Anybody?
Everybody here saw him. He battered you?
Yeah, he pushed him.
When I say that, I mean like he pushed you or something? Yeah.
Okay. You heard he, by chance? It just makes it easy. Okay. He didn't touch you?
No. Okay. It's just that I was trying to escort him out and I put my, just put my hands on his shoulders.
Yeah, like you gotta go.
Man, come. And then when he was like, stop putting your hands on me, and I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right, man. Let me go ahead and call the police.
Yeah, smart move.
I know you're drunk. I'll beat that fucking dude's ass, bro. With no issues, no problems.
Not worth it.
We're going to let him sit in a cell and maybe sleep off some intoxication if we can, so he's more cooperative. So we have battery, we have trespass, we have obstructing.
Wish we had a public intox.
We do, but the thing is he's inside as a private business. So, it's not I thought about that already.
So you're telling me it's not illegal to be drunk in the gym? Well, I think...
Seems to me like it should. Seems to me like that ought to be a no-brainer that you maybe don't get drunk in the gym. Or you don't get drunk and then go to the gym.
I think it's time we get fucked up and go harass some people working out right now.
All right. Don't be trying to get out of those cuffs. I'm going to pull over this car. You're going to do what? You're going to sleep? He's laughing up a storm. Is that him? Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
That's normal.
All right, listen, Jari, listen. All right, we're going to come ladies officer here, okay?
What can I call you, man? What's your first name?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bro, I don't have a gun, bro. Please. You lucky I have hands on right now. That's a gay. Kind of homo. Here we go again.
Following this incident, the suspect, Jahari, was charged with aggravated assault, battery, trespassing, and obstructing a peace officer. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Yep.
Now, every gym has that one guy who thinks that the rules don't apply to him. What happens when that same attitude gets tested not by a trainer, but by a cop with a taser? Moments like this show how quickly pride can outweigh common sense. Refusing a simple order might feel like you're making a stand, but inside a gym packed with people, it creates a confrontation that officers just can't walk away from. And in that moment, the officer's responsibility isn't just about one person. It's about protecting everyone else in the gym. Now, we're trained to de-escalate, to give warnings, and to allow someone every chance to make the right call. But when those warnings bounce off like a ball against a brick wall, the officer has to decide whether to keep talking or take action. But the question is, why does everyone seem to see what they want to see instead of the truth? And that's the problem with perception, because outsiders often see force where there's really just necessity. The taser or the physical restraint is not about punishing someone for being difficult. It's about regaining control in a situation where words have already failed, and the truth...
The problem is people are retards.
Doesn't always look pretty. And the irony hits hard here because a gym is a space built for discipline, but it suddenly becomes a stage for defiance.
Like, hot take, if I see cops dogpiling on a dude and one of them has to tase the guy, I kind of err on the side of the officers. I'm just like, yeah, that dude decided to skip to the find out phase, and now he is most definitely finding out.
Truth is, compliance is not about submission, it's about survival. And when someone refuses to listen inside of a charged atmosphere like a gym, it creates a ripple effect. Because the second you challenge authority in that way, the outcome is already written before the struggle even begins. And in the end, defiance will not make you look powerful. It'll just make you another cautionary tale for somebody to watch in body camera footage.
Amen, Officer John! Dropping some knowledge bombs there. That is the irony of it. The gym is a place to build discipline, and what we saw there was a severe lack of discipline. But let's be honest, we all know a lot of juice monkeys that get a little irate once in a while. And I'm not trying to speculate that this guy's doing whatever, But God bless, buddy. I hope the noise complaint thing works out for you. Maybe you should just wear headphones from now on. He was definitely playing it louder after each complaint. Look at this. I live in Joliet, and the gym is across the street from my house, about a 3 to 5 minute walk. A lot of us have called the police on that gym so many times, it's ridiculous. We shouldn't be able to hear the music inside our homes when the gym is located in a plaza. Interesting. So maybe a lot of us, she says, either this is the person he was talking about that has a mental disability, allegedly, or everyone in the neighborhood just hates this fucking dude, which is also very possible. That taser brought him back to the real world real quick. Lettuce, mayonnaise, and onions. Music was loud as hell when the cop walked in, then it turns out it's not nighttime, it's 5 in the morning. Even when the gym is that loud, I feel like if you're in your house, unless you're trying, like, I always have a fan going when I'm sleeping. I sleep with sound, so I would never hear that, even if it was, I feel like, a block away. Just the way I live, I love a little bit of white noise when I'm sleeping. But on the contrary, like, there's no reason that it needs to be that fucking loud. It's tough to tell through the body cam, but it sounded aggressively loud for that time of morning. Whatever the case may be, 36 noise complaints has got to be some sort of record. And it was handled very poorly, which he quickly discovered in the back of that cop car. You could tell he was a deflated balloon by the time the taser juice wore off. Maybe a puff off the old Fume would have calmed him down. Thanks, Fume, for sponsoring this video as always, and thank you guys for joining me. You're very handsome and cute, and I'll see you in the next video. Hip thrust that motherfucking like button on your way out if you could. See you soon. Peace.
All right.
This viral sneak.
Alrighty. So now we go from Leon Lush's words to live by to yet another curious case of a weapons grade scam artist brought to our attentions by the one and only Atozy. Streamer arrested for a $500,000 scheme live. Jeez. You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
This viral sneaker store just had its warehouse raided for $500,000 of stolen products, and the owner was arrested while on a live stream. So on November 2nd, the owner of a well-known sneaker store, Cool Kicks, was live streaming himself on a buy and sell app when a commotion began in the background. He ended the stream, but it didn't take long for the news to spread online that Cool Kicks owner Adele Shams had been arrested and their LA warehouse was raided. And then you had photos of employees being arrested and pallets of shoes being seized, and that just spread like wildfire because all of this led to people starting to speculate about what might have actually been going on behind the scenes, and then people started sharing their own theories online. Because everyone knows where there's smoke, there's fire, and when there's one sketchy business deal, there's a good chance there's some more out there. So if you're not someone who's into sneakers, you probably haven't heard of Cool Kicks, but there's a good chance that one of your favorite creators has shown.
I'm really not into sneakers. I'm not into shoes in general. I own 2 pairs of shoes. 2 pairs of shoes. I got my Eddie Bauers for work. And then for my non-work days, when I'm just walking around or going to the gym, my Chuck Taylors. That's it. 2 pairs of shoes. Because that's kind of all you really need.
Up on their YouTube channel. Because what started in Virginia as a passion project of Adele's, cleaning and flipping sneakers, turned into a self-proclaimed thriving brand that spans multiple brick-and-mortar locations and some pretty cool spots. And not only that, they built a large part of their business through their creative viral marketing strategies and, like I mentioned, a 1.9 million sub YouTube channel. And I guess they became pretty known.
What's the over and under on half of those followers being bots?
Known for being one of the main stores that a lot of influencers and famous people decided to shop at, and then it became a fan favorite because fans went there to see if they could find either an influencer or any other celebrity shopping there as well. Because they've been hosting shopping sprees for everyone from iShowSpeed to Fuzi to most of the people in FaZe Clan. But Cool Kicks was definitely not immune to using one of the worst ways possible to go viral: prank style content. Which is a little bit of a weird look for a reseller store to be posting videos like this. We bought sneakers with fake money. We spent thousands on fake sneakers. I tried to sell fake Air Mags at sneaker stores. And honestly, these videos might actually have contributed to the raid happening in the first place. Because I really cannot imagine it helps your case when you're posting videos with titles like, "We sold fakes to Cool Kicks." And this is as a sneaker store that's supposed to have a reputation of, selling authentic items. Just like fraud investigations inside, it just looks like a bad idea to post content like that. Your own employees apparently couldn't detect fakes. Like, hello? And then on top of that, you're in possession of more than one pair of fake shoes. Like, isn't this just implying that more pairs could potentially slip through the cracks? And then suddenly, the whole backbone of your business can collapse, which apparently it kind of did. Because now, it doesn't really seem to matter whether these pranks carried any real weight, because the LAPD revealed that during their raid, they recovered over $500,000 worth of stolen Nike products, including unreleased sneakers and apparel. And this wasn't just a regular LAPD conducting the raid. This was a bunco and forgery agency, which is a division that specializes in cases linked to fraud, counterfeit goods, and other similar offenses. And while no official statements have been released regarding the actual charges, it is being alleged that Adele's arrest was linked to the possibility of the store selling counterfeit products. And I mean, if their YouTube is used as evidence at all, it's not looking great. We bought 500 real sneakers.
Dude. Where is it? Where is it? Can somebody explain to me the appeal of broadcasting your crimes just for shits and giggles? I'll never understand that. I'll never understand where that comes from. It makes the most no sense to me.
Someone tried selling us 500 fake sneakers. I bought fakes on accident. We sold fakes to Cool Kicks. Like, why would you do this as a reputable reseller? It just does not make sense. Obviously, that was just a bad idea. And naturally, sneakerheads started coming up with their own theories on Twitter and Reddit and bringing up the numerous accusations already floating around of them selling fake items or using them as items in giveaways on their Whatnot livestream. And that's pretty interesting because I guess in theory you could run giveaways or even raffles and charge people a smaller amount to enter for a chance to win more expensive items. Anything from sneakers to a Labubu. But if you're giving away fake items, you're technically making a lot more money off of these raffles and avoiding actually selling fake items. Or even if it's just a giveaway, they're still pulling more viewers using these giveaways as bait. It's just kind of like a weird loophole. At least the giveaway would be a weird loophole. The raffle would be a fraud because, you know, they're still putting money to buy a raffle ticket for an item they would assume is real. Either way, it's shady as hell. And Cool Kicks quickly came out with a statement of their own a couple days later, explaining the situation like only sneakerheads could. They were like, guys, relax, the shoes were stolen, not fake. Oh, well, in that case. And they also claimed...
Because that clearly makes it so much better. Oh, we didn't... There's a comparison I was about to make, but I probably shouldn't make it because it probably wouldn't go over well.
The news was a shock to them as well, and that there's been no allegations whatsoever from law enforcement that any of the products were counterfeit, which was confirmed on October 6th when the LAPD released an official statement announcing that they recovered over $500,000 worth of stolen Nike cargo, including unreleased sneakers and apparel. And if it means anything to anyone, they specifically named Cavestone Air Jordan 4s, Nike Air Max 95s, apparently as many as 2,100 pairs of sneakers, and 150 boxes of Nike apparel. So that's definitely not petty theft. That's a pretty large operation. And to be fair, this statement did lack any allegations of the products being counterfeit. So maybe Cool Kicks was telling the truth about that part. And honestly, if the allegations of fraud had stuck, it would have likely marked the end of Cool Kicks altogether. A hit like that to your credibility in the sneaker community could pretty much ruin you for good. However, the LAPD is using the Cool...
Is it just me, or are there too many quote-unquote communities all over? Like, especially on the internet, there's just way too many. Sneaker community. That just... Why does that sound like a bunch of foot fetishists who are ashamed of being foot fetishists, so they try to dress it up as, no, I'm not a foot fetishist, I'm just in the sneaker community. It's like, okay, Tarantino,
Cool Kicks case to underscore a larger problem, the apparent commercial supply chain theft, stating that further arrests are expected. Apparently, stolen sneaker cargo has been a recurring issue in recent years. I saw this article that apparently happened in 2025 where train robbers in California and Arizona conducted a heist that resulted in nearly $2 million worth of stolen Nike products. So I mean, who knew that they're still running Red Dead Redemption style train heists, except for sneakers this time? And look, even if Adele Shams avoids any charges and all this gets
they're fucking shoes! Where's the value in that? Where is the value in that? Somebody explain it to me. And explain it to me like you would explain it to a 5-year-old.
Magically sorted, it's unfortunately resurfaced a bunch of old clips of influencers having, let's say, less than positive things to say about Cool Kicks. Because you had Kai Cenat's shoes falling apart while he was being interviewed.
And I remember I was on a flight, that's when it hit me. I was on a flight and I was watching, oh my gosh.
Ah, man,
damn, bro.
Did we get that? That joke got some fake Yeezys.
Yeah.
That joke got
hell nah.
He got us some Peezies. Them Peezies. Them Peezies. Them ain't no Yeezys.
Yo.
Yeah, we got that.
Yo,
And then you have Stable Ronaldo saying that they were...
How much money did you pay for them? Because you should definitely get your money back.
Yeah, we got that.
And then you have Stable Ronaldo saying that they were guilty.
I'm not gonna lie, every time I've met him, I don't even care if it ends up not being him. I'll just say it now, bro. His vibe was so weird.
And then Fuzi accusing him of being clout chasers.
He unfollowed me. I check if I'm following him. It says, you are. 2 weeks later, I get a text from who? Him. Hey, brother, you're killing it. When are you coming to the store to do a video?
Are a lot of people coming out the woodworks all of a sudden?
Oh my God, dog. When I was depressed this year off the internet, I can even call you out right now.
So it seems like Adele...
Dude, when Fuzi is calling you a clout chaser, of all people?
Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed.
Whoa, what?
I'm going expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Exposed, 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 exposed.
Bro, what? How badly do you have to fuck up for Fuzi, of all people, to call you a clout chaser?
Potentially cares more about followers and getting influencers on camera, but that doesn't really mean that he's inherently a slimy fraudster. And the clip of Kai's shoes falling apart is pretty funny, but it doesn't really seem or confirm or deny any legitimacy of the shoes themselves. They could simply just be dry rotted. Like, they just could have maybe just not been stored properly. I will say it is kind of funny to see some of this stuff coming out, like this tweet from someone who won a Travis Scott sneaker giveaway, and then they sent toddler-sized shoes in a giant box. So I guess they didn't lie, but still, kind of a scummy thing to do to a giveaway winner. But one potential update came out on October 6th when LAPD raided a house in downtown LA that was storing more than $1.4 million in stolen sneakers related to cargo thefts. This house being in downtown LA, coupled with the timing of the Cool Kicks raid, people are now wondering and or maybe pointing the finger towards Adele that he might have snitched or vice versa. But obviously, those are just speculations, and we kind of have to wait around with those until at least October 23rd, because that's when the first court date is. So until then, unless we get some crazy new information, it seems like we'll have to wait to see if there was simply stolen sneakers or if Cool Kicks was up to some questionable business practices and not just silly YouTube viral pranks. And I guess if they do end up facing some serious repercussions, it could mean Adele or his username Champagne Pocky could be behind bars in the near future. Bro's gonna go from like Cool Kicks to prison slippers real quick in that case. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys in the next video, which will hopefully come out tomorrow. Peace.
So yeah, that's yeah, prison. Yeah, you get no riz from prison slippers. I heard about this guy. TikToker jailed after injecting strangers as a prank. I've heard of this guy. Good Lord Almighty. This is not going to be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we as humans are evolving, and when I...
Hot take, if you're a YouTube prankster or a TikTok prankster, and you pull some, and you do one of your YouTube or TikTok pranks in public, and you and the victim of your prank ends up completely wrecking your shit, I feel, the only emotion I feel is, the only thing I'm feeling at that point is extreme laughter, because you fucking deserve it.
When I say that, at least in this context, I actually mean the direct opposite. I don't know why I led with that. Globally, the word prank has lost all meaning. It is a word that can mean a joke. It is a word that can mean a video of somebody harassing a group of people. In 6 months, I'm sure it's going to be a word interchangeable with murder. One day, historians are going to look back in time and they're going to be like, what the fuck was going on with those people? And why did they allow poisoning food sources to be called a prank? Guys, I am genuinely concerned for our future. That's something that I end up saying a lot on this channel, and while I never fully mean it as a joke, if I'm saying it because I've seen something that has me at least slightly concerned for how things are going to end up turning out for us. But usually it's at least halfway said in jest. Today, not really. Social media pranks have been a topic of controversy for at least the last decade, and that's mainly because people have been pushing the envelope on what's acceptable to call a prank since at least 2010. And somehow it just keeps getting worse. I remember when I was a young teenager, I would see the pranks that people were trying to pass off then, and I'd be like, how the fuck is this even kind of being categorized as a prank?
Okay, let me explain something to you. Wet willy is a prank. A pink belly is a prank. A wedgie is a prank. Jabbing somebody with a needle in public for just for shits and giggles, even if it has nothing in it, not a prank. That's assault with a potentially deadly weapon.
I remember when Sam Pepper uploaded that video pretending to kill his friend, and there was a petition made to get his channel banned. And that was a staged prank. We're so desensitized to the crazy shit people do these days, I don't even think that would get most people to look twice anymore. Because now, in 2025, we have to deal with pranks like people walking up to random strangers and injecting them with a syringe, and then nothing else. That's it. That's the prank. Were you expecting more? Yeah, a normal person would, but no, that's the quote prank we're looking at today. Allow me to introduce you to one of the biggest fucking losers on planet Earth, Amin Mojito. This guy has recently sort of gone viral after he received a 6-month-long jail sentence after he was caught doing fake syringe attacks.
Crank it up to 6 years. Let him do some really hard time.
For a prank video. This guy was just walking up to unsuspecting members of the public and sticking them with a syringe and then running off. Now I'm going to show you this video, but I also want to give you some context because somehow, and I mean this is one of those moments where it's really just how could this be possible? The fact that it was a guy walking around sticking random people with a syringe is not the worst part. There's context that somehow makes this worse. So Amin made this video in late June. He uploaded it onto the internet on June 20th, and the day after he uploaded this video, there was a music festival in France where 145 people reported being pricked by needles by strangers. This was seemingly due to some sort of trend or social media challenge. I don't even really know what the fuck you call something like this that was circulating in France at this time, encouraging people to go out and get syringes and prick women at this festival. Now, after doing some digging, doing some research for this video, I've learned that this is a relatively big problem in France right now. There's been this pattern over the last few years of women being pricked by needles out in public, and it seems to be getting more and more common. And for some reason, I don't think right now the cause is known. This music festival that was happening in June was selected as a target for this kind of stuff. So not only is this loser going around pretending to inject people with a syringe for a TikTok, which is already one of the most insane things I've ever heard of a person doing, he's doing it in a country where this is a serious documented recurring issue. And on top of that, he uploads the video the day before a major music festival where people have been talking talking about doing this to people for weeks. Now, could all of that be just one crazy coincidence? Sure, but personally, I find the likelihood of that pretty low. Anyways, I've seen some other people talk about this, and they didn't mention the connection to this music festival stuff, and I feel like that makes this whole thing just that much worse. With that being said, though, let me show you the video. Please subscribe.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say it up front. If you, I have an extreme phobia of. I have two extreme phobias: needles and heights. I don't even like getting blood drawn at the doctor's office, though I have to do it once a year. You prick me in public, it's over.
Mais nous avait menti. Hein. Ouais. Tu es fou. Ça va pas.
So as you can see, this is one of the lamest things humankind has ever done. Thankfully, from what I can tell, it seems like the syringe was capped off, so he wasn't actually poking people. But it's pretty hard to imagine the stupidity that has to be at play here to even dream of this idea. Like, obviously this guy...
I don't care if it's capped off. I don't care if you're not actually jabbing people with it. You do that to me, it's your ass.
I was probably influenced by the people talking about doing this stuff online. But for those people, like, it wasn't a prank. They just actually wanted to cause harm to people. So, like, for this guy to think this would be funny, I just can't wrap my head around it. From the articles I've read, I haven't found anything indicating that he, like, told these people what was going on after the fact. So this guy was just walking up to random men and women, pretending to inject them with something, and then running away without saying a word. We've talked a million times on this channel about how for something to be a prank, the person who's being pranked has to be in on it almost immediately, because it's not a prank if the person being pranked doesn't get to laugh it off after the fact. I think more so than any of the other dog shit pranks we've ever talked about on this channel, this violates that more than anything. You're leaving an innocent person wondering what this psychopath that just walked up to them and injected them with. There's not a single sane person on the entire planet who could think that was a prank.
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Oh no, no.
Depuis le mois d'octobre, un chien, ben. Casse-toi.
Ah! What are you doing? What the fuck? What the fuck? Who the fuck are you?
One thing that I'll never understand about these videos, or like more so specifically really the people that make them and watch them, is like, what are you gaining from this? Like, what about this is entertaining for you? Because obviously it's the reaction, right? But like, why? What are you expecting? You know, like, what is actually funny for you? It just doesn't really make sense to me. Like, it's similar to how most people don't like to watch a TV show or a movie if the ending's been spoiled. You know what I mean? Like, you know what's gonna happen. You walk up to somebody and you pretend to stick them with a syringe, of course they're gonna stand up and freak out. It'd be like recording a quote prank where you pull a gun on somebody and laugh when they freak out or tell you not to shoot them. It's like, what about this is entertaining? And the unfortunate reality is, if you think about it, it's just because these people like to see people in distress. Something is wrong with their brain. They're getting off by watching people freak out and think that their life might be in danger. That's the factor of these videos that's entertaining for people who watch them or make them. Anyways, I would say,
hey, some people just want to watch the world burn. That's how it is. It's like Michael Caine said in the Dark Knight. Some men just really want to watch the world burn. You know, some people just do it for the laugh, for shits and giggles, and then wonder why they're alone and miserable.
that I don't really understand how a person gets to this point, but in sort of a dark way, I think compared to a lot of the bad pranks we've covered on this channel, the fact that this one happened makes a lot of sense. I mean, if France is actually going through a time where people are going out and sticking women with syringes for fun, then yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense that a person would make a prank video in reference to that. Thankfully, however, this kind of stuff seems to not just be going unchecked. Like I said earlier, this guy was sentenced to 6 months in jail, and he's been sitting in jail since he was arrested in late June. Personally, I don't really feel like 6 months is enough, especially considering the fact that the prosecution seems to think that this guy's video is part of what made that music festival such a dangerous place. Part of the argument was that if his video had not gone viral, there would not have been so many incidents at that music festival. And while I'm not a judge, after hearing what this idiot had to say for himself, I would have tacked on a life sentence, I think. His excuse for walking up to people and having a cameraman film him as he pretended to inject people with an unknown substance was that he had been in his own world and didn't know anything. He said, I had the very bad idea of doing these pranks by imitating what I saw on the internet in Spain and Portugal. He said, I didn't think it could hurt people. That was my mistake. I didn't think about others. I thought about myself.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Okay. Alright, now, what's the over and under of this being bullshit that he came up with to try to get off with a slap on the wrist, like an insanity plea?
I hate this, genre of lawyer-curated statements, because this is just absolute bullshit, and I feel like being this dishonest should get you more time in jail. It's absolute fucking bullshit to say that you didn't think you could hurt people by pulling this prank, because you'd never do this unless your intention was to cause people an insane amount of distress. Like I was saying earlier, to find these pranks entertaining, to want to go out and do this, you have to find people thinking that their life is in danger entertaining. So this guy's just talking out of his ass. Anyways, he was also fined €1,500, and he was banned from owning or carrying a weapon for 3 years. Kind of a strange amalgamation of punishment.
Define weapon. Because pretty much anything, including any household item, can be used as a weapon.
But I'm glad to see that people are being punished for doing shit like this more and more frequently, and I am pretty hopeful that these sorts of reactions may just end up killing this horrible prank culture we've had for years. I really do think with how big social media has gotten, and how often you can see people get away with crazy shit, it's really led people to think that they can just do anything, that they can use random innocent people as fodder, they can do whatever they want to them for their content, and just never face a consequence. I think once the reality sets in, that harassing people, assaulting people, poisoning people, making people think that they're about to die, even if it's just for a TikTok, can land you in prison for years, people are going to stop fucking doing it. It's crazy that that is even a reality that has to set in anymore, but that's just where we are, unfortunately. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think this punishment is appropriate? Personally, like I said, I don't really think that 6 months is enough. Maybe a year, year and a half, some time to really think about what he did. I understand that legally their hands were probably kind of tied because at the end of the day, no physical harm was done, but I've got to assume a lot of mental harm was. I mean, let's be real, I'm sure that most of the people in that video have figured out it was a prank, either just from realizing nothing happened or seeing these news stories. But what if they didn't? What if they're just walking around wondering when is whatever this guy injected them with gonna ruin their life? It just baffles me that a person can wake up and think that stuff like this is okay to do. It's even worse that the state of the internet allows people to monetize that kind of thinking. I think we are making progress in this regard. I really do think that this sort of content is finally starting to die out. It's gonna be a slow death though, and kind of scared to see what happens in the meantime. See ya.
Yeah. And in my perspective, it can't die fast enough. It's... I'll never understand the appeal. I never will. But I'm also not a terminally online clout-chasing meme monkey. Oh, sorry, folks. So, we go from that to some really good news. The world is now down one less pedophile. I really should have had victory music queued up. I really should have had victory music queued up for this. That is my bad. We will have that on the next stream, but the world is now short one predator.
Ian Watkins. If you're familiar with that name, you probably just puked in your mouth a little bit, even just hearing it. But maybe you don't know that name.
Thing is, I didn't even know who this guy was until like 2 days ago. I had never, up until like 2-3 days ago, I literally had never heard of Ian Watkins once in my life. Never had heard of the Lost Prophets. To my knowledge, never listened to them. And I think it's going to stay that way.
Maybe you're familiar with the band that he was the lead singer of, Lost Prophets.
Nope.
They were a huge band back in the early 2000s. In fact, when I was a kid, they were one of my favorite bands. I even had a website I made in 4th grade called coldflames.pixo. I tell you, it could have been the next Facebook. I was ahead of my time. And all over that website, I had Lost Prophets music blasting because I really loved their work. And then in 2012, it was revealed to the world that Ian Watkins, for years, had gotten away with unimaginable evil and is one of the most infamous pedophiles in music industry history. He's like the Diddy of rock music, I suppose. It is unfathomable, the shit that he did. I made a whole video on his history 3 years ago. It is a lengthy and disgusting history here of unfathomable evil with Ian Watkins. He attempted to rape babies, like actual babies. It is beyond anything you're probably imagining. Like the worst things you can think of, he did. And he wasn't exactly like quiet about it either. He was very proud of all of it. The password to his laptop was even a reference to how he fucks kids. And then in a recorded phone call to a fan while he was in prison, he said that this whole thing was megalols. His sick, deranged fans would actually present their children for him. And he would talk to them in prison as well. Like, it's actually unhinged. The depths of depravity with Ian Watkins are something that you can't even picture as a sane person.
You know, the sad part is there's probably still some people mourning his death. Because they're like, I don't care that he did all those horrible things. His music still means something to me. And it's like, fuck right off. Fuck you. From every direction with every available object within reach.
And he got away with this for years. Again, this wasn't like the biggest secret in the world, like the fucking KFC 11 herbs and spices or anything. This was something he had been reported to the police for multiple times, but they didn't take it seriously. And in fact, the only reason he ever even got apprehended in the first place was on unrelated drug charges. Like, it's actually fucking infuriating, really. But he did finally get arrested. All of this information came to light, and he was serving a 29-year sentence, which, by the way, is crazy that it wasn't like multiple life sentences for all of this shit. I cannot believe it was only 29 years. I understand the laws are a little different over there when it comes to maximum sentences, but even still, the fact that he was going to be released in the next 16, 17 years means he would have been a free man again in his 60s. And for a fucking monster like this, I have no doubt he would have gone right back to raping children, babies, all of that evil he would have been engaging in immediately upon being released, no doubt. Now I say was, because that's in the past now. He's dead. 2 fellow inmates stabbed.
I love how quickly he just throws that in there. And, well, he's dead. He's, here's the clip. Here it is.
And nothing of value was lost.
Ian to death yesterday with a knife. It was first thing in the morning, too, so this was like the number one thing on their to-do list for the day. They must have just got up, stretched, got the sleepies out of their eyes, and said, all right, let's go kill that guy. So they did. Now, of course, I have no idea who these two guys are or what they're in for, but I do believe that the death of Ian Watkins here just saved a bunch of children in the future, because he was going to be released. he was going to be back out into society breathing the same air the rest of us do. And he point blank says that he found it to be mega lols and showed no remorse or any kind of like change or anything. So there's no doubt in my mind that when he would have been released, he would have went right back to doing this same shit, preying on children. So I do think now that he's dead in the dirt, going straight to hell, that children are safer for it, because he will...
But only slightly, because unfortunately there are still too many people like Watkins in the world, and too many of them are in positions of power. Unfortunately.
Will not be released now out into the population to once again start preying on kids again. Also, this isn't the first time he was stabbed in prison, by the way. In 2023, he was involved in a hostage situation where he ended up getting stabbed, but he survived that one, and then they came back around and got his ass this time. I remember talking about this in 2023 when he first got stabbed. What an interesting hostage to take, because I don't think anyone's going to be fighting that hard to get him back. I can already just, imagine all of the, officers or whatever on the scene oh no, don't do that. No, please, don't stab him. No, oh no, the madness. No, stop it. Let him go. This is crazy. Don't stab him. And then when they do stab him and he pulls through, I bet the officers are like, fuck, kicking sand. What do you mean he made it? What do you mean he pulled through? Shit. This time, though, was clearly a bit different. They didn't use him as a hostage. They used him as a pincushion. So they stabbed and killed him. And you're not going to believe me when I say this, but it's true. He actually has people mourning his death. All the way up until his death, he had fans that were supporting him, saying he did nothing wrong, and counting down the days until he was freed. It's as fucked up as it sounds. From the handful of these lunatics I've seen, they're not even trying to proclaim that Ian Watkins is innocent, he's been framed or anything. They are actually just saying out loud that they don't care that he did all of those things. That it doesn't matter to them. They still can't wait for him to be freed. Terrifying shit, really. Anyway, though, I just wanted to share the good news with you about Ian Watkins being dead. And that's really about it. So, yeah.
Alright, folks. I figured I'd end the stream off on some good news. Now, normally, yeah, I would still go, but I woke up ahead of an hour ahead of my alarm this morning and didn't take a nap when I really should have. And I'm really starting to feel the effects of it. So I'm going to cut it off here. I apologize for the frequent technical hiccups that occurred tonight. I don't know what the fuck has been going on. I don't know what the fuck was going on with Discord. I don't know why my Wi-Fi crashed. But it's inexcusable, and we're going to try to hopefully make up for it next Friday. I'd like to make Friday. I'd like to just make Friday my regular streaming day. So, but we'll just see how that works out, because I'm constantly changing my mind all the friggin' time. But until then, be sure to stay safe out there. Sure to drink plenty of water, eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and I will catch you in the next one.